Welcome back to Road Hazard. This week we have the project car Bonanza Extravaganza. We're going to start it off by finishing some work that we started a couple weeks ago on this old rig. Basically what that's going to entitle is taking the old fuel sending unit out, waiting for the new one to come in, and moving this car out of the driveway over there somewhere to bring other cars here to do more work. So we went ahead and put one of these on our fuel tank just now. It is curing still, so we'll let that sit and then come back and fill it probably tomorrow, because it says it takes like, I can't remember, 5 hours to cure? 4 hours. So, you know, it's about 3:10. Come out here about 7, put some gas in it, see if it holds it. Hopefully it does. I might actually wait on fuel sender disassembly until the new one gets here, just so I know I've got it and I can go boop boop and be done with it. So we'll wait on that. But we do have some other parts coming. Things got out of hand in here. I don't know. I can't remember if I showed or not, but we got stuff to do in here. This piece should be here today, actually. So we'll see if that does get here. We'll throw that in and get the blinkers working and stuff again. Get all the rest of the car, you know, put back together. So here's where we're at. Car's running pretty good, and no more gas leak. So that worked. I put a new fitting on the end of the wire that goes to the gas gauge, and well, it's still reading empty, but I put some gas in it and the needle did move, actually. So I'm curious if maybe the sweep is just all wrong, but it does actually work and the fitting was bad. So I figure that died. We'll take a cruise to the gas station or something, throw some more gas in it, see what happens. I don't think the needle will move, but I can dream. Well, it died while running there, while I was recording even. That won't restart. It's like 11 pumps of fuel. I fiddled and stuff for a little while. Here's the conclusion I've come to. I think the fuel pump might have just died, because the fuel filter I had right here, I pulled it off and I shook it. I was like, maybe it sucked up some junk from the bottom of the tank. Shake, 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 shake. There's definitely some sediment in there. It wasn't clogged, but I wasn't happy, so I replaced it. Been cranking on it for a little while. Shot some brake clean down the app to get it to kick, and no fuel to here. So I think our fuel pump might have died, because we know there's gas in it. So I guess we'll try a fuel pump. The good news about doing a fuel pump, especially on a car like this, is that I mean, it's 2 bolts, a couple of fittings, and then the whole thing comes out. It's right on the front of the motor. No drama at all. You just take her all down, put her back in. So I'm gonna test the current fuel pump real quick. I took it off and honked it a couple times, and it's squirting, so it might still work. Might be something down the line. So to test that, I've got a length of fuel line here in this jug, which is full of gasoline. And I'm going to stick the end of the hose in there and stick the other hand on the pump. See if the pump will move fuel. If the pump does not move the fuel, well, then we know it's the pump. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'll get that all hooked up, get her tested. Well, it's not the fuel pump. Because that's pumping. Okay, so now I'm going to disconnect that fuel line system that I did, put the other one back on, and see if we can do the same thing with the gas that's in the tank now that there's some fluid in the pump. Float bowls, maybe, I don't know. There shouldn't be anything wrong with the fuel tank or the lines because obviously they worked before. The only thing we did was drain the gas out and patch a hole. So maybe all the sediment in the tank settled on the thing, but I did blow some air through it. So who knows? Let's just hook it up and try. Well, I'm pretty sure I know what's wrong. I think the pickup sock in the tank is completely plugged because I had this up a couple of times. I shot compressed air down back both ways from the tank and to the tank from up here. And obviously we know the pump is good because the gas can that was here was moving fuel to there, to the carburetor. So it looks like our pickup is finally plugged up with junk. Being completely drained like that probably didn't help. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna have to order a pickup anyway. So looks like we'll do that. Yeah. So basically, because this car doesn't have a functional fuel system currently, we're gonna rig one up with a bucket and some hose and get this car out of the driveway, and then we'll move on to the next one. So let's get started. Alright, so we just crawled out from under the car. We've got our sending unit here. It's a little crusty, just a little. The float's completely gone. At least now we know why the fuel gauge wasn't working. And the pickup sock on the end of the tank, that's gone. So at least now we know why it wasn't picking up gas either. So this is completely junk. The tank has to come out to get that piece out of there and all that nonsense. So we're gonna do that not today. That's it. So now we're gonna work on a fuel cell to get this car out of the driveway to get the next car in here, because clearly we finished fixing this one. So we've got our OSHA approved gas jug here. We're gonna throw it in there with some hose and move this automobile. Continues our tour of the yard. In front of you, there is a fence. Which had an engine until I put it in a Mustang that burned to the ground. 1, 2, 3. So we're about to pull some fuel out of the tank into our gas jug so we can make our little fuel cell, because I don't have any gas here. So we got this rigmarole.
Flammable things around us.
This is death, which is why don't do this at home.
This is a fuel pump, though.
All right, ready, steady, America. Oh, the other hose is too big. It's leaking horribly. There's gas everywhere.
Oh my gosh. Let's just dump that right on the battery.
Yeah.
How did this go that wrong?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought it would be okay without clamps.
Let's go get some zip ties.
We need zip ties or clamps, and I'm thinking zip ties.
Okay, let's do this a little more proper. Just slightly less on the wrong side.
Yeah.
And not all the way.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's still a zip tie. It's not like
The right way of doing it.
Yeah, exactly. It's nowhere near the correct way to accomplish this task, but it is the way we are going to accomplish this task. I see those clamps! Well, you know what it is. We've started a siphon. We don't even need the pump anymore.
Oh, perfect.
And this is how you siphon.
You use an electric thing to just start it?
Well, normally you suck with your mouth, but.
No.
Well, we used the pump for all of 5 seconds. That's fine. That's fine.
No.
Mission accomplished. We're getting fuel.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. We're getting some good flow.
I know, that thing's
This-
shot, dude.
That should be it. Yep. Alright, we got a fuel cell. Bring that fuel line up.
We got a freshly flushed fuel line. We forgot them.
We actually don't need this clamp. I've tested this clampless and I know it works. So, because I've already done this once, we simply remove the line from the tank. Set that over there. We take our supplementary fuel here. And we plug into the pump like this. It slips right on. And we take supply here and we put it in our NASCAR fuel cell. And now the fuel's done.
Sweet.
Yes, we'll just tuck that extra line in there. Not gonna cut it. Fuel line's expensive.
Yeah, 50% off.
They don't have to know. And then I'm gonna zip tie a rag over the top to keep the gas in there. There's that dirty rag we found on the floor earlier that we used to clean out battery terminals with. Yeah, that one. Perfect.
A little bit of battery acid dust on it.
It's an old Mopar. It'll run on fucking hopes and dreams. All the Mopar people in my comment section are going, "Yeah, Mopar, no car," right now. And I just want you to know that I'm on to you. He said it. He's a Mopar guy. I knew it. All those Fords were a ruse to distract us. You got me, old timer. Not a Ford guy at all. With my yard full of Mopars, actually. I have more Mopars than Fords now that I sold my Bronco.
Sad.
Yeah. Maybe I am a Mopar guy. Should I gain 500 pounds and tell everybody I know what I got? That's pretty much the Mopar guy experience. Either that or...
You have to gain all that weight, though, in the belly.
Yeah, if I do the weight gain way, I have to gain it all in my gut. But
Yeah.
I could also do it like the Steve Dulcich way and buy a farm and then fill it with old Mopars that don't run.
I think that's the play.
That's probably the one I would do. I don't know if I want to gain 500 pounds. Yeah, see, that's OSHA approved right there. We don't want to lose that, so we'll put that right there.
Close the hood so we just...
Yeah, and we should probably put this clamp somewhere special so we don't lose it. So we'll stick that right down there on the frame rail, and then we'll just... Done. So now we have drained the fuel out of the vehicle. We're going to put it down on the ground and use our new NASCAR fuel system to get this car out of the way, and bring in another vehicle on the road hazard project car Extravaganza Palooza, or whatever we're calling it. And you'll see what that is in a second, but it's a car that has not been on the channel yet. I'm very excited to show it to you, and I'm very excited to get some work done on it because I've had it for a while. It has a really cool story, and well, I'm just excited. So we're gonna sketchily lift this vehicle with a block and this jack that I got for half price, and hope it doesn't fall and crush something, and then we'll get it out of here. Oh, don't show them how stupid I am. That's dangerous. Don't do this at home either.
You're the editor, you choose.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Look at Wobbles. He's big chillin'. Well, this was science, and here's why, right? Now there's these handy things in the bottom of the block, so now it's an official jack accessory because it just installs and it won't move. This one doesn't have quite the same jump guts as the other one, but the other one was in the back of another car that may or may not have completely caught fire and burned to a pile of garbage. So
Does it still work? Yep.
Wait, put the air cleaner on.
Oh shit. Duh.
I can see through the rear window after I polish the plastic.
She sounds super happy.
Now we can move on to our next car in the project car Palooza Bonanza
Imagine how people would
Extravaganza.
look at you if you pulled into the at the gas station, opened up your hood.
Open up the hood and put a 3/4 of a gallon of gas into a jug of antifreeze. Can you imagine the boomers at the Emmett Show and Shine? See that? That's an antifreeze jug. The only reason we're not making this the sole topic of today's video, because I've been working on this video for like a week, is because parts aren't here. So we're gonna do other stuff. Okay, that's enough of that. (1957) Studebaker President. We got a small list of things to do to this car. We're gonna install a fuel pressure regulator, one of these cheese ball Mr. Gasket ones. We're going to put in a fuel pressure gauge. We're going to do a little bit of tuny-tune on this carburetor, and we're going to adjust all 4 brake shoes and do an oil change. Then this car will be basically drivable because it runs and it moves, has a trans and all that stuff, has a charging system. So let's get cracking on getting this thing over to the driveway.
Bend it.
Oh, that's what I was worried about. Oh, no. Let's see if I can remember how to do this part.
Can you lift it some more?
Ow. Hang on.
Oh, I see. I wonder if the camera can see.
I got it. Lift.
I was like, fuck, I'm lifting from the far corner.
So
Yeah, I saw what it was doing.
Okay.
Did I break something?
No, this thing gets a little tweaked. You have to give it some space manually. So it cycles. And then
I think I hopefully got a good angle of that.
of me fixing it.
Yeah.
The way you have to shut this hood is, because if you don't, what happens is this gets stuck in here.
Yep.
And it doesn't fit.
I saw that.
So you pull this back, it comes down, and then you put your hand on top of it, you push down as you let go.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have to make sure, once it's down too, you pull forward on the latch, and that lets this thing collapse all the way forward, and the hood shuts all the way.
Good.
Studebaker. Yeah, let's get the leaves out of here. Because otherwise, this guy's not going to leave me alone.
See that gas spraying right all over the battery contacts?
I just rebuilt the carburetor. Okay, so we're going to put a new filter in it. And then basically we have a fuel pressure regulator that we're going to put in here with a T. So it'll be filter, regulator, T, and then keep going. So for the T, I have a fuel pressure gauge that we'll put in here so we can read fuel pressure and monitor it after it's being regulated, so we can make sure we have exactly the fuel we need coming into the carburetor. So this car is dirty, believe me.
And that's enough.
Fuel system mods. So we have a fuel pressure regulator, little cheese ball one from Mr. Gasket we're gonna throw in here, which I can't find now because Austin is holding it. Never mind. So that's gonna go in line, and then a T with a fuel pressure gauge, and then we'll be good to go. So we're gonna start bolting all this stuff together. In here, I've already got one cut for the regulator there. That hose might be a little undersized, so you're gonna have to push real hard.
Oh, that's what I've been told my entire life. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. If you don't think it's gonna fit, just push harder and it will.
Yep. Just ignore any signs of not fitting.
Yeah. See, there it goes. It fits perfectly.
Okay.
But you can't wait to do that on the other side where you can't spin it. Actually, I guess you could if you took this side off. If we took this clamp off and took it off the other filter.
That would be the easiest bit.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Filter, regulator, pressure gauge, and back to carb. So we're going to turn the pump on and run it through that and see what kind of pressure we're getting. We can adjust the reg to see exactly how much fuel it wants. Except that gauge is completely broken, so we have to go grab another one from the parts store in town. So we're going to run and do that and be right back. We have completed fuel system. We have adjusted the front drum brakes so they're dragging just a little bit. He's underneath the rear starting on that. I'm about to go down there and join him.
Ow.
He's hurting himself. But then the brakes will be done. And maybe we'll fiddle a little bit with the carburetor and go up and down the street. That'd be neat. Let's get to it. We are driving the 57. That's drive, I think. Oh my god. There's cars coming. Oh my god. Wave them around. Did they even do it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right.
Away we go.
Slowly but surely.
We are driving. That's what matters. The alignment is terrible. Mirror works.
There's wheels like sideways.
Yeah, no, like I said, the alignment is awful. We're going about 2 miles an hour. We're in low. I can't see the shift thing because the wheels are like in front of it. So that should be regular drive.
Oh, it died and came back.
Never actually all the way died.
Yeah.
This is a car. We're driving it. This is about the top speed, but we're driving it.
What if you give more gas? Oh, okay.
This carburetor is the worst thing that has ever happened to carburetors.
It smells like gas.
It sure does. Oh, it's not even shut.
Really? Yeah. Oh, I didn't
It feels
think
like a
that.
flat tire, but it's not. It's just the power steering is questionable. Mosquito. The glass isn't connected to anything. It's just being held in by hopes and dreams and gravity. Oh. It seems to want to live better in low. We are literally going about 4 miles an hour. Like people walk this fast. But I'm counting this as a win. Sure, I can see the
Car's
floor.
moving. Right there. Flintstoning it.
I am. I can stop this vehicle with one broken ankle. All right, we're going for high gear. We're good.
Oh, it struggled for a minute.
We're good. We're in second gear. Turning. Power steering actually functionable. Oh, downhill, here we go. Horsepower.
I could hear you give it a gas.
Trying anyway. It does want to take throttle. This carburetor is literally the worst. I took a gamble on one of those Chinesium Edelbrock knockoffs. Not worth.
Didn't it work at first?
No, it's always run like this. I might put the original carburetor back on it and see if that helps. I still have it. It has a horrible vacuum leak around one of the throttle shaft blades, but I mean, it still works.
That's better than this.
It is better than this. Nothing is worse than this. But it's only a little smoky in here, and we're driving it. I'm not stopping.
I'd still do a road trip.
To Nampa.
Would you?
Oh, it's smoky.
Well, it's because the exhaust is like right there.
Yeah.
We're almost back to the house. Hold together, baby. For the viewers at home, this is a 289 cubic inch overhead valve V8, not built by Ford. It's a Studebaker engine. A little smoky in here.
And it's exhaust.
It sure is. It runs decent. You were driving it.
Yeah. She sounds healthier than by the minute.
Yeah, she liked the oil that has viscosity. I think I'll pull it over here, and then as we're ready to work on it, we'll bring it back up and just drive it up there.
Yeah.
Oh, we never did like a brake test, like a brake test.
Oh, that's a good.
Let's go around the loop and do a brake test. Brake. Whoa. Ooh. Not bad. Donut. Damn, it starts good though.
Starts every time.
It fires right up. And that's a wrap on the 57 for now. It runs and drives. It stops. So that's cool. Yeah, paint, other stuff. She is a unit. I have so many parts for this thing. I have like a whole new interior, and I have benches and door cards. So, you know, we'll juju her up a little, but for now, I think, at least for today, we're done. So, we'll be back at it tomorrow with more nonsensical madness. Hey, you want to see something?
In case I want to use it.
You lie like a rug.
No, I don't. I literally said, for if I want to use it. What do you mean?
You lie like a rug. I've never heard that.
Really?
Never. It's a whole new series of dad joke for me.
Oh yeah, I got them all day long.
I gotta see if I can backfeed that one to my dad. See if he shits his pants because I out dad joked him.
This episode is brought to you by Coors Banquet.
This episode is not brought to you by Coors Banquet. This episode is brought to you by every beer except Coors Banquet. Stuff has happened. So the engine is in the Javelin, and it's back over there next to my Charger. Now we have the Fury Airborne, and we pulled the fuel tank to put a new sending unit in it, and that's right there. The seal around here was made of this goop stuff, which is like razor blades. Yeah, there she is. Really sealing that gasoline in there. Gee, I wonder why we had a gas leak. But you can see they tried to fix it like a bunch of different times with a bunch of different chemicals. This is that goop stuff. This is RTV. Instead of just doing it the right way, which is how, Austin? How did we do this the right way?
Well, Nicholas, I'm glad you asked. See, right here we have our fancy gas pipe, and then here you see a rubber piece. Now this rubber piece is cut off of a coolant pipe, coolant hose. And so it just so happens to perfectly squeeze into here, and then an even tighter squeeze into there.
So yeah, we're gonna fix it with a radiator hose.
And it's gonna work.
And it's totally gonna work. This tank is pretty clean. We emptied all of the gunk out of it over here. We professionally recycled all that fuel and shook it around a bunch and got all the gunk out of there. And we're about to throw it back in. And figured I would give you guys a little update before we do that, because we're just gonna throw the camera down and get the tools and just get at it. So we'll get back at you when stuff has happened. We have mangled the fill pipe in. Now we're gonna seal it with some RTV. We actually just blew some pressure into the tank and put the gas cap on it, and the tank is holding pressure. So yeah, there you go. And you can hear the only leak is coming out of the cap, not even the seal that we made, the cap, because it's junk. Pretty neat.
That right there is factory.
Yeah. I'm also gonna do this one.
Yes.
Which will be interesting to get around all the goop down there. I'm gonna have the same cuts on my fingers as you. There we go. She's gooped.
That looks good, dude. That looks like really well after you RTV'd it.
And this is the good stuff. It dries in.
It's the right stuff.
It dries in a minute, so we only have to leave it here for we'll leave it for 5 or so to cure.
Perfect.
And then one of these things is not like the other. Yeah, take a guess. So we need a new sender. Again. Okay, I figured it out. The old fuel sending unit is a banged up, destroyed. I just noticed those new hoses I put in may need to be tightened still. Anyway, this fine unit here is from a B body and has been hacked and mangled and destroyed into fitting in the C body. So I did have the right one. It's in there and it works. I got it all adjustated and stuff. So she is grabbing fuel. We fiddled and farted and fiddled and farted. Tightened up all the leaky stuff. went ahead and did a quick little test drive to the gas station, put a full tank of gas in it, and look at it. It moves. It doesn't read accurately. I got to adjust it, but I don't care because it works. I'm so excited. I think that's going to conclude it for this week's Project Car Bonanza Palooza Explosion Extravaganza. We only got to 3 of the 4 cars we were going to work on this week, but don't worry, there will be more and they will be back. We got our Fury back to daily driver status with a functional fuel gauge and a bunch of other fixes. We got the Javelin, which has been here for a very long time. We got an engine in it, and we got it back to my buddy's house who owns the car so he can work on it. Really exciting. And of course, we did some work to our Studebaker over there, which, you know, I'll be fiddling with over the next coming days. And we got a decision to make now, boys and girls, and dogs and cats, fish, hamsters, deer, cows, grasshoppers. Anyway, we got to decide what we're going to do next week. We're going to do something with my Charger finally. Maybe we'll do some more work on the Stude. Maybe we will finally get to the Jeep back there, or maybe we'll finally start on the Duster. Who knows? Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, every like, every comment. I look at every single one of them. If you're not subscribed, please consider it. It helps out a ton. Plus, it makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. So, go ahead and check out my other stuff if you want to see some other cars, and I'll see you guys next time.